Dab.
We did it. Hey,
Yeah.
not the worst transition we've done on this show. I will say it's
I'm getting it.
there's some
I'm getting it.
improvement. There's some improvement there.
I
Much
really
better than I've
do
ever done.
want to move off of Riverside. Like for doing
Oh,
all of
what's
the
that?
transition stuff.
StreamYard is the one that other people have used that we've seen a couple times. Is that the one you're thinking?
Yeah, maybe. I'd like for
Or
the
just look
actual
into it?
streaming thing, like I think it's kind of okay, but I mean just for setting up the video setup, like transitioning from the initial thing to this
Oh, I
and
see. I
managing
see.
layouts and all of
OBS.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know. I used to do it with OBS and I was like, it's a lot of work. We didn't have time to prep it for this show. So
Hmm.
maybe we do take some
Josh
time and do it.
Sear has a video that
Siri.
shows Josh Sear. I, I always get it wrong. I always thought it was Siri, and then he said it's Sear. Or maybe I thought it
He
was Sear,
told
and he
me
said it
it's
was Siri.
Siri. Yeah. Maybe he's just throwing out different
Okay.
versions to everybody just to like,
He's
cat
not
among
the
the
kind of guy to
pigeons.
do that,
I don't
which
know,
would
man.
make sense.
It's all a cover.
But anyway, he did a video
Yeah.
a while ago that shows like how he set up all of his stuff. I did it when I was doing some stuff many months ago on my other computer, and it doesn't take much. It takes more time than you would think, but it's nice when it's set up and then it's like pretty quick to just hit a button and transition. We can get one of those like Stream Deck thingies. I don't know what they do,
Yeah,
but it sounds fancy.
I'm sure there's apps that do it so you don't have to use a Stream Deck or buy a Stream Deck. You've got an iPad, don't you?
Apps that do what?
Like give you all the buttons, like the one tap actions
For
or
like
whatever.
sounds and musics and all that stuff.
Yeah,
That'd be
connect
cool.
to OBS and so you don't have to fork out for a specific unit for that thing.
I'll check into that. And that reminds me, here we go. First big announcement of the show today. You ready?
Nope. You
Me
can't do a
neither.
big announcement. There's only like 5 people here.
That's their problem. We'll talk about it later.
You
too,
missed
but,
it. You missed
yeah.
it. You could have been here
See?
live watching us, but you missed it.
You missed it.
Go on. What is it?
So you've got to show me how to use Riverside the way that we do it so that I understand it. Because next week, here's the announcement, everybody.
Yeah.
Next week we're going to be at a new time next week. Okay, so normally we are going to be normally we're at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week we're going to be at 9 a.m. Brisbane time or whatever freaking Australia is. They all have there's like 20 different time zones, and they all change their daylight savings at different times. Because we have a special guest next week. Simon is going to be out next week. He's going to be riding a horse someplace or something like that. And
not quite
we're
that
gonna have
fancy.
Is it a camel? What is it? A cow? What are you doing?
There's a big Spanish festival in Seville, and it's
bulls.
No, it's not the bulls. I don't agree with the bulls. I'm sorry. That's just
well, nobody does. They don't agree with anybody either.
No, but the bulls' opinions are really bad. No.
Well,
it's the Feria de Seville, they call it, and it's like a super fancy thing that everybody gets dressed up and they go to all the bars for like multiple days on the trot, not doing any work, just drinking, just eating. It's fantastic.
Tacos. So. Good tacos, birria tacos and stuff.
Maybe some tacos, but mostly good old Andalusian food, which is seafood and good homey Spanish potato-based things. And
I got to get out there one of these days.
Do it. Don't just say you're going to do it. Do it.
Well, you know me. If when I'm ready, it's just going to happen. I'll be there before I even realize. All right, wait. We didn't say who's going to be the special guest. Should we announce the special guest?
Yeah.
Let's
wait.
do it.
You said Brisbane time. Brisbane time is what we're going to be on. So is it somebody from?
It's an indicator. Oh, do you guys want to play? You want to play a game? Do you guys want to guess who it might be? Who's it? Not how's it, Miguel? We see your comments over here. We're gonna say hi. Let's say hi. Sonali, what's up, girl? I still owe you a phone call conversation. We finally met up to talk, and she couldn't really show me the thing that she wanted to. She's got a Bluetooth plug-in. We got to go over or something.
Yeah, she showed it to me. It's good. It's good.
Jim,
I need to go through it in more detail. We'll get there.
Sonali guesses Jess Archer. That's a pretty good guess. Anybody else want to take a guess?
It's a good. I mean,
people are happy to see us. That way. Somebody else, yep. Somebody else guessing Jess. Anybody else that lives in Australia? Is she the only one that lives in Australia?
I think so.
I don't think she's the only one, but I will say she is the special guest next week. So you guys got it right.
Wow, you got
it.
Good
job. Michael Dorinda lives in Australia.
Yeah, it could have been Michael.
It could have been Michael, but it's not.
Could have been Tim. It could only be somebody in the Laravel community from Australia.
Right. Yeah, it could be. We met Sabrina. She lives in Australia.
Yeah.
She works for Laravel. Also Laravel. Hey. Yeah. So
hello.
It's going to be my time Thursday night at 7 p.m. Her time will be 9 a.m. Friday. We are going to so I've been testing out the new Jump app. I've been working on a new and improved Jump app. And there's a lot of cool things. And she's going to play around with that. And we're going to build a mobile app. We're going to I don't think we'll probably come up with some kind of generic idea to like test things and whatever, but get her started, get her going in the process and just hang out. She can ask a bunch of questions. You guys can ask her questions. And I think it's going to be a hoot and a holler. Yep.
What do they say in Australia for like something that's going to be fun?
I don't know. That's what they say.
I don't think they do.
I think they'd say, I don't know. It's funny. I message her. I'm like, I'm always.
It's going to be Bonza.
Bonza? Really? This is the thing? All right. I have no idea. I don't.
I mean,
have
that's
any
probably
Australian
like from the 80s
culture. How would you even know? I remember when we were with Savan in India, we were eating chat at that place with Harris.
Yeah.
And he was like, there was like this music playing, and I was like, this is I like this. And he's like, this is old 80s music. And I'm like, how can you? I just don't have the ear for it, you know?
Yeah. Brilliant. So I've just asked Claude, my good old Australian French friend Claude, what do Australians say for something that's cool? Sick, obviously. Everybody says sick.
Mm-hmm.
Heaps good.
Heaps
good. Mad, mint. Mint is a good one. I love mint. That's like in the UK, mint was a good one. Ripper. It's Ripper, mate.
Ripper.
And Bonza, definitely. Right. This is older slang, a bit retro now, but still recognized. Bonza. Yes, I was right.
Bonza.
Claude says it, so it's legit, which means I'm right. Woohoo!
Oh, that's
Ripper, there you go. So you've got some words that you can use with her. So drop like Bonza, Ripper, gnarly.
I will do that. Thank you for the advice. I will. I'll ask her for some new ones, maybe, and then we'll probably come up with some new ones. We should make our own.
Yeah, you should start a trend.
Like, how's it? But different.
How's it?
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited about it. I've got a cheesy what's it called? Banana image that we're gonna float around the socials over the next week and get some other eyes on it. It'll be fun. Should be fun.
Yeah. So come back next week at a completely different time, like when you should be in bed.
Right. Please. Actually, no, that's not true. Like India, it actually would be let's see, it would be I guess it would be like no, it's gonna be like 5:30 a.m. in India Friday.
Yeah, but they're all awake anyway because they all are like
5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, they're just getting up, loving life, and making the most of the day.
It is YouTube too. I mean, it's gonna be recorded, so watch it anytime. Yeah, so that's one of the announcements. And I've been like, man, I've been busy, weirdly busy. It's been a weird week, and so I haven't been writing things down. I'm just like, hey, are we gonna stream today? Like, let's do it. Let's throw it together.
Sorry about that.
Here we are. No. I mean, I'm fine. Like, I roll with the punches, man. That's how you kind of have to be. But but I do have some things I want to talk about and some things that are coming up that we can go over. And but what do you have to say about anything, Simon? Do you have any announcements?
I want to announce that I'm having a really good time with all of the stuff that I'm doing. So I think that's announcement worthy. And we should relish even the little things. So I'm putting relish on everything.
I love relish.
Sorry, it's terrible. We've had some really good discussions this week. So I haven't been around as much this week because my parents are visiting. You might have seen that.
Mm-hmm. I met your dad yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah. I was so nervous for that.
Why? Because you thought I was going to say something inappropriate, or he would.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
No, he's all right. Yeah, I don't know about cool. He's my dad. I can't say he's cool, but
I mean, I only met him for
good to
12 minutes too.
It was good for you guys to chat a little because I feel like I met your dad and other members of your extended family, and you haven't really met any of mine, so that was nice.
Noelia, just your wife, and your dog.
Exactly. Yep. So I spent some time with them, but I feel like the time I managed to condense a bunch of things into the couple of days that I had free, and I'm really happy with the things that happened. And we're going to talk about some of those later on the show, because they're very, very cool. So
there's some cool stuff, guys. Actually, you reminded me. That's good.
We had a really good conversation on Tuesday.
That's
which
what
I am
still
buzzing about. And I think that's even bigger. And we could talk about that a little bit as well, because I think that's fun. Yeah.
I will concur with you too. The last couple of weeks, I feel like I feel like the project is just reached a newer level of maturity, I suppose, where it's a little bit more of a known quantity, or more of a known, like there's bugs, there's issues, there's tickets we have to work on, there's things that we are pushing forward on, we have some deadlines, we have some new stuff, like there's all that's always going to be. But I think it's either the project's gotten to a place where it's reaching more of an adoption level that I'm comfortable with, or I'm more comfortable with I can sleep better at night, not worrying about like, oh, I forgot this, or oh, that's gonna break somebody's app, or that kind of stuff. So it does feel, I will concur, I've been enjoying the time that I've been spending on the project. I always have, I think, but it's become less like obsession and more like enjoyment, I would say.
That's good. That's really good.
I agree.
I feel like it's getting to like stability is really hard to gauge, because I think at such an early stage where there's still, we've got thousands of people using it already, but even at that size, it's still relatively small, right? And I think we see issues and we fix issues, and we're dealing with all of the feedback and questions that we get from people, trying to as quickly as we can, and that's all good. But generally, it does feel like it's technically in a good spot, and we've got a lot of cool things that we're trying to get to so that we can keep on improving it, which is great. But it does feel stable, and the good thing that I feel about that is that I'm not like you said, I'm not really stressing about any of it, but I actually also feel like kind of content. Not to say I want to just stop with it, I'm not saying that, but it's just like if it did, it's not taking up all of my mind. It's not taking up all of my time, and we've got a little bit of breathing room, and when we've got like a lot of stuff coming up over the summer, it feels nice to have that breathing room where it's kind of calmed
So
down.
I got to add to that because I was thinking about something along these lines just recently. So I started playing some games on my phone. I don't remember which one I started with, but I started with some game, and I have this one where it's like a paper airplane simulator, and like you start with like just the fuselage, and then you add a wing as you up. You know, the farther you get, the more points you get, coins, money, whatever, and you can buy a wing, get the next wing, and there's a couple other ones similar to that. And I do like try to like when I'm using any app, really, like how would I build this? Can I build this with native PHP? What are we lacking? What are we missing? That kind of thing. But I notice as I've played more of these games, I played Spades. I like Spades.
Yeah.
That I noticed this last night. I feel like the part of my brain that was like always kind of problem solving, puzzle solving with native PHP, part of that is now being offset by these video games. And now I'm like, when I have things I'm actively working on, I'm choosing to play the game instead of work on the thing. And it's like, I feel like it's that gratification, the feedback loop cycle, whatever, that dopamine hit, you know, like, oh, I got that point. I got that next thing accomplished. I got leveled up a little bit more. And it's happening faster on the phone on working on or on playing the games than on building native PHP. So I'm like, all right, I'm observing myself. That could become dangerous if I spend too much time playing games instead of doing work, right? But at least my brain kicked into like, hey, dude, what are you doing here? Which I'm happy about. Like that's at 43, yay!
We got him. We got there.
My brain is like, no, I still spend time playing the game, so but I deleted a couple because they're just getting boring and stale and all that stuff. But it's good to let yourself break too. There's that level of like, hey, I spent a lot of time working on this. It's okay sometimes to go off onto a trail. That's what everybody says. That's what everybody tells me I should be able to do, right? So I'm trying it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of very opinionated takes on how you should break, you know, how you should stop. And then there's also the contra to that, which is you shouldn't stop at all. You know, like there's companies that are touting having employees working 7 days a week and, you know, whatever. And it's just like, I don't know, man, that doesn't feel healthy to me. And I'm very much of like, I know that my brain just can't keep on grinding away on all of these things. It needs to have a break. But I don't think it's so much like I need to just stop. Like my brain doesn't want to stop. It still sort of craves input in some form. It's like, okay, you can go out and you can touch grass, you know, you go for a walk or a run or do some exercise or something, you know, breathe fresh air, or as best you can get of that. And all of those things are good, but sometimes it's also really good to be doing something that's adjacent to the space that you are spending most of your brain tokens on, because it gives you impetus. You know, it's like you might get some ideas from, you know, inspiration from like what other people are doing, seeing games, like little games or cool games being built, you know, and you sort of assess like how are they doing that, and you think through how they must be applying certain pieces of technology under the hood and whatever, which, I mean, I'll say my brain kind of naturally tries to do some of that even when I'm like, I'm gonna just have a break. It's like, no.
Yeah.
So, and then you sometimes you end up with like really good ideas off the back of that kind of stuff.
When I got my instrument rating for my pilot license add-on thing, right? I went through this course called IFR 6, and you had to have, so it's a 6-day fully immersive. We're going to go from not nothing, but whatever. In 6 days, you're going to end up with your instrument rating, which is in America, it is the written exam for the IFR is the most difficult civil test you can take for the government. So it's the most difficult government because it's FAA regulated, whatever. There's a commercial license, there's ATP license and stuff, but they're not as strenuous because there's a lot you have to think through. 6 days of immersion. I'm, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm at the center and I'm on a simulator at 6 o'clock in the morning until noon. And what's nice about the simulator is they could like pause it if you're screwing something up, or if they're like, why'd you make that decision? They can rewind it a little bit. And these are FAA regulated and approved simulators. They move around and all that stuff. Wow. And then you have a break from noon till 1. And then at 1, you're in the real plane until 9 o'clock at night, 6 days in a row.
Oh my gosh. That's intense.
So at the end of it, I got my rating, and I didn't fly instrument, at least, I think, for 2 months. And in that 2 months, I woke and fell asleep, dreaming, thinking of all the different scenarios and all the things. And when I got back in the plane after 2 months, I was 10 times better, more efficient, more on top of everything. And it's like my brain, it was like drinking from a fire hose, right? And then it's like I got to actually consume that and let it, filter through all the different parts of my brain that it needed to
you digest
be ingrained into. So I think there's some similarities in that where like part of me is like, I've been a year, just over a year. I mean, it's been, I'm 14 months like full time on this now, which is, cool. And everyone knows, everyone knows this is all that I talk about. This is all that I think about. This is all that I do. And that's still true. That's still true. And I still like that. I still enjoy a lot the project and working on it and trying to figure out some things. We should talk about the thing we're talking about after this, I think. But I do think that getting away a little bit, which I've gone 3 days to the gym consecutively. I'm going again today. I'm going to do some treadmill time, some presses and some, stuff like that. So that's good. But it gives me some space, I think, to kind of digest some of these bigger things. Give you a little space to get away and process.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to say hi to some people that's saying hi?
Yeah, let's
do you want to comment?
No, I could.
There's this one.
Just keep on rambling.
There's this guy. His name is Bertabrams.
I think it might actually be a lady. It's Roberta.
Roberta Brams. Oh, Bram. It's not Brams. It's just Bram 6702. That's interesting to have numbers in your name like that. It's like Elon Musk kid or something. We got this other guy or lady. I'm not sure. I don't want to offend. I'm like, I don't want to offend. Let me murder your name. I didn't want to. It's the intention that matters, really, right? We have Tilit, he coder. Tilit. Hey, Tilit. And I don't even know how would you pronounce this?
Maruja Frey.
It's French. It's got to be French. Maybe it's related to Claude. You still only process 20 to 30 tokens a second. I saw a video. This guy was talking to ChatGPT, and they calculated how many tokens does a human would process at a 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday, right? And at the end of it, it would be like $19 to $22 for the year for what a human processes.
Well,
yep,
that's not right. Something's not right there.
Well, depends on how good you are at your job.
You're talking about conscious thought, maybe, but your brain is constantly processing sensory information. So even when you're asleep.
Oh, see, I think you're confused. He tried to correct us, but but you're wrong. I'm sorry,
Yeah. Roberta,
Vertebrum.
try again.
Venezuela in the house. What's up, bro? Bro.
Yeah, Wilson. Oh, Wilson. Do you know what this
Will
means?
Santo. Will Santo.
Oh, yeah.
He's from Venezuela.
Wilsanto
It's Spanish.
var
Will Santo var.
9246. Yeah.
I'm not
var
trying to offend
92.
anyone.
I'm
Will
pretty sure you
Santo.
can't name your variables with integers only. They have to start with a letter
$sign.
or an underscore. Yeah, it's exactly. It should be var dollar
Yeah.
and then underscore
Will Santo
9246.
dollar. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So there's still some cool things. But I do want to talk about the call that we had on Tuesday, I think it was, and some of the things where we're thinking about some of the future of some really cool stuff. And I'll start by saying that we launched the Jump app in February. We did a bunch of stuff. I feel like the Jump app is one of the more popular things that we've done. I think that it's gotten a lot of good feedback, a lot of good usage. People are using it. I checked both channels the other day. As of sometime this week, it was like between iOS and Android, it's over 2,000. It's like 2,200 downloads,
wow.
installs.
That's good.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very nice.
And I think that so number one, I posted in Discord the other day, and I just said, "Hey, I want people to try out this new version that I'm working on." And how that came about, okay? We submitted the old version to Apple, and they are just flat out like, "No, it's not going to happen. We're not approving this on the App Store." And so I've talked to them on the phone. I was like almost arguing with the dude, like how they're like, we can't tell you what other apps are doing. We can't discuss other developers' decisions. If you have a problem with what somebody else has done, you can file submit a report against them. I'm like, I don't want to, I'm not trying to get someone in trouble. I'm just trying to figure out how we could do. And the underlying tech, just so you know, what they are disagreeing with, and this is where we feel like we can actually level up everything, is currently when you run the jump command and you scan the QR code, it zips up your whole Laravel project and it sends it over the network. When you scan, it downloads it to the phone, and then you're running that. They don't want you to do that. Guideline 2.5.2b states no downloading. I'm serious.
I love how you just like rattle it off the top of your head because you've looked at it so many times. Like you probably know it word for word as well.
No, I don't. Thank God.
Come on.
But it's essentially you cannot download executable content that alters the initial behavior of the app. So we're like, all right. And I argued, I'm not going to go into all the arguments that I have about that. It's not executable, it is implicit, it is, all of the permissions, for biometric authentication, all that's built into the shell app, and we're just modifying the web view, is how I've stated that. And they're flat out no. So I had I can't remember, you said something, and I did a chat with Claude, and he was like, do it this way. And I'm like, oh, that's exactly how we need to do this. And so I've resubmitted and I've rebuilt. I've done it. I've done most of the work. The difference is, instead of creating the zip file and downloading it to the device, we render just a web view that can stream any URL to the device. Now, there's a couple different scenarios there. One is that you could just, like, when you scan the QR code on the computer, it's just like some JSON that tells you the URL and the port and all that stuff. And it just pulls from your local machine, because we're starting up a local server, which is cool because now that we're streaming from your computer, we have like hot reload HMR out of the box, which has been an issue for the way that we were doing things before. Number two, that it gives you. So when I submitted this to Apple, they're like, hey, we're trying to scan a QR code. Where's the QR code? I'm like, you need to set up Herd and Laravel and make a project and Composer require this and do all this and then run this. And they're like, where's the QR code? How could I? They didn't even like come back at anything. They're just like, show me the QR code. So I'm like, all right, how can I do that? And so I'm like, how about we just let's make it so like if it is JSON, we can parse it that way for local dev, but also it could be any URL string. So, because it's just a web view, right? So you can have just a QR code to any URL. So I gave them one for apple.com so they can just scan that and it just works on the device. What's really cool is the way that we've done this too, is that if so this will work for any site. So let me just rewind and emphasize this. You can scan a QR code for any URL and it will render in the Jump app. That's not really rocket science. It's just a web view. Yeah. Where it gets interesting is that the way that we've created the shell around that is that if it detects through a certain WebSocket, so you have to have like a global WebSocket, but if it detects a call to that WebSocket with a certain payload that includes any of our native PHP _call God method calls, you actually can call real native functionality from any website. So any website could actually do native functionality. Where I think the conversation started to go to that I got excited about, and you have things that you're excited about that are different. Oh, what's this face?
Making everything like everything's tingling. Yeah. Go on, tell me, what's your stuff?
So one of the things that I'm most excited about all of this, number one, I've had a half a dozen people, 10 people or so playing around with this. People that have never even used native PHP using the app that they're building, and they're like, oh my God, this is awesome. They're tingling too. They're like, this is number one, because you don't have to zip up anything. Running the command, the QR code just pops right up. And I moved it to the terminal, which is a better experience in my opinion. So it just pops up in the terminal instead of a bunch of different, browser tabs. Number one. And you don't download anything. So like just as soon as you tag it, it's available on your phone. So it's much faster, hot reload working, much better way to develop everything. Number one. So lots of great feedback. What I want to do is for our plugins and for a bunch of our docs to have QR codes to URLs where that scenario that I explained just a minute ago with the WebSockets doing native calls is all wired up for us. And so people with the Jump app can go to our docs, scan a QR code, and demo the documentation in real time, like in real time. We could even get it to where you're like, you got some sort of like IDE, web-based IDE text editor altering some of that code in some environment. That could happen. I'm not saying we do that or we run to that, but it could happen. So you can actually like play around sandboxing and seeing the changes without Laravel new or Herd or anything necessarily. You could just do it right there on the you could build your app, like fully web-based if you really wanted to. But I think that that's going to, number one, it reduces friction, which is the whole point of the Jump app. Another whole point of contention for that was it was like uncovered this other friction point that we weren't even thinking about before, which is like now it's like anybody with a Laravel application can just instantly see what it's going to look like on mobile, right? And with real-time changes and all that stuff. So it's going in the direction where we've been arguing against, but I think we're being stubborn. The rest of the world really wants us to allow for like web and mobile from the same repo, and if we can, the same code or really close to the same code. So there's a lot. It opens up a door. And that's what I said to you, I think yesterday, the day before, like we opened that door. I haven't really thought a lot about it, but I know that door is now open. It's a room that we can go and explore sometime, anytime. It is kind of contingent on whatever Apple comes back with. I say kind of because we're already in test flight. Like it would be great if they just approve it and get it into the actual app store. But if they still won't, for whatever reason, we'll release this in test flight and we're still going to go down this road. We're still going to do this.
Yeah, I think that's the right plan. There's a challenge with test flight because I have had a few people come to me and say they're not comfortable using that app via test flight for whatever reasons, and it is complicated to, if you've not got test flight already set up, to get it set up and then get the app, and then it only lasts for, I think it's 90 days or 60 days or something, and then you have to get a new version. If we don't make a new build, then it kind of expires for everybody. So it's a little bit annoying. I think you were right to say we should try and solve it to meet Apple's requirements, as kind of annoying as they are. But the thing with that it's all fully unlocked, and what's making me tingle is you essentially are talking about the web view being one way of like just loading any page. So in a kind of default scenario, it would be you spin up the jump command on your dev machine, right? And it generates the QR code. You scan the QR code, and it just like changes the URL in the web view essentially to that like your dev machine, which is exposing that site, that Laravel project, to the phone over your local network. So it's not going over the internet or anything like that. But then that's fine for just rendering the UI. Because if you're just rendering web pages, as you do with Laravel, and you're just rendering those into a web view in the Jump app, then you've got like this sort of native feeling app. There's some gotchas, because what's really happening even in that scenario is the PHP that's executing is the one that's running on your dev machine, not the one that's running inside the Jump app. So you can't, there'll be things that you wouldn't be able to do with that, right?
No, we're using. No, you're right. You're right. There are some other things we're doing around that, but continue. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of working up to it, but I'm just like painting the picture a little bit clearly, hopefully, for everybody. And uh, so PHP is running on your machine. PHP is rendering these pages, and then the Jump app is just like looking at those pages. So it's just the browser that you're viewing them with. So then you'd be thinking like, well, how do we get native functionality? How are you going to test like accessing the camera or geolocation or any of that stuff? Because that's the whole point of the Jump app, is to kind of demonstrate those features. And this is where the really smart stuff comes in. I think that we talked about in the past, we kind of bandied around a little bit as something that could be done, but we've avoided because we were doing all of the, let's just bundle up the Laravel application and ship it onto the phone, which is because of the way that we built like the God method and all of the things that are layering on top of that now. It's actually just a blob of information that we're passing from one side, whatever side that is, to another side. And that side, all of that's been contained on the phone inside the Jump app or inside your native app. But what we can do when we move to like a network scenario is basically pass that information across the network on a separate channel to the web view, right? So if you spin up this new Jump command, it's actually setting up a WebSocket service. And when you make, let's say you have a button that opens the camera, and you make a call to a native function, we sort of intercept that. And instead of trying to run it in your local dev machine's environment, which doesn't have any of those functions, we pack it up as a message that we send over the WebSocket back to the Jump app. And then the Jump app can interpret that and go, oh, I know what to do with this. Pass it into the PHP that it does have running on it, and do stuff with the PHP running on the phone, but from a request that's happened over the network, which is super crazy. Like it's going to be a little bit slower for sure, but you still get the whole like fidelity then of the application, right? Because you're going to be able to tap into almost all of the PHP functionality that way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
right?
saying this like I haven't told you already that that's all done.
Yeah. No, but the thing that makes me
Because it
tingle,
is. Okay.
I know. The thing that makes me tingle about all of
Here
that
we go.
is
There we go.
you're passing the native calls over the network. So there's
Yep.
like over what network? There's no restriction on that being just between your phone and your dev machine. Because if we actually could set up a channel to like your server, then you could have your actual like production website just rendered into your own native application, but then tapping into native functionality from instructions that are being sent from your server. Is that too crazy?
Well, you're dancing around the line. Tell me what you're actually meaning by this. What
I
tell me what the application of that is.
I think you can make native. I think we could make native applications like with native UI, with native function calls, all from a web server. Like it doesn't have to be packaged up into the phone. And then you could make any website capable of doing this stuff. So you wouldn't even have to use Laravel or PHP because it's some
That's what I was waiting for.
intermediary
Yes.
format that we're just passing
Yes.
over the network. Ooh, yep. Tingle, tingle.
There we go. So now you're saying you could do what is that, Next or whatever everybody uses there, and with the proper implementation have some package or something where on your server you have some WebSocket server or something that's relaying the messages from the application back to that specific device, so that anybody can use really the backbone of native PHP from any. It could just be HTML. It could really just be just JavaScript, HTML. A static site could be a native PHP application, technically.
Yep.
That's interesting.
That blows my mind. Like there's this whole thing for me of we're trying really hard to get more people building with native PHP. But what if they didn't think that they had to build with native PHP? What if they were just doing what they were trying to do, which is to build an app without having to actually go and learn any new thing to go and build an app? They were just building and deploying their website or a web application.
So this gets pretty interesting. Interesting. Want a demo?
Yeah. Let's go.
Right? Let me set. I'm like, I haven't really set up anything. I just got a brand new Laravel application. I do want to say this real quick. Payushta Ingrikam. Yeah, if you don't mind, we don't look at Discord issues anymore. So just add one to the GitHub issues. Yeah. That is the right channel for that. Unless you are a Ultra subscriber, then you can submit a ticket through the dashboard on nativephp.com. And we will take a look. All right, let me plug in my phone here. I'm only plugging my phone in because so that you guys can see it. So I'm saying that this is not a like a requirement or whatever for this all to work. So let's get Bezel up and running. Cool. All right.
Cool.
So there's that. There's that. Let me share my screen.
While you're waiting for him to do all of that, go and like the video.
That'd be lovely. Hide that. All right, let's go over here, kinda, and I'm gonna let's put these like kind of side by side ish. Let's go this way. There we go. And then first of all, new UI, new design. Thank you to Stitch. I like Stitch. I kind of like the cleanliness of this.
Yep.
Nice. Think it's pretty good. We've also got our docs built into the application.
Ooh.
So you can see all the docs, which is pretty nice. It's
all
nice here
with all the code highlighted.
It actually, yeah, it pulls from it will cache like whatever for the day or something. Like it downloads them from the site essentially. It's not, it's not streaming them from the website, but it's cached for so long so that they're refreshing, self-updating, etc. So there's that. We also have like a link to our YouTube, so you can go here and like check out, some YouTube. Watch this on YouTube. It'll just open it up on YouTube, which is nice.
Nice.
Uh-oh, that started playing. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Messages. There we go. All right. Close that. There's some thoughts that we have around like Bifrost as well. So you're still able to log into Bifrost. There's not a lot of functionality right now because we're not downloading the zip anymore from any builds, but you still can like trigger a build and get notifications from Bifrost when a build succeeds or fails, etc. Links right to it and that kind of stuff. So there's still some work to do in that area, but I wanted to get some of this other stuff going first. So that went sideways. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can get this sucker running. Let's do n jump, and that's just PHP Artisan Native jump. So I'll do it for everybody. PHP Artisan Native jump. And that is, I think, the wrong thing. No, that's right. All right. So we've got the QR code right here. I'm going to go ahead and click my scan.
Oh, it's in the terminal.
Scan. Yeah, I said that earlier, dude.
That's cool.
Pay attention, man. Wait, where did Bezel go? Bezel stopped. Why did Bezel stop? Are you there?
Yeah, did it go onto a different screen or something?
Bezel just stopped. No.
Can you? I don't know. Can you right click on it? And
oh, hang on.
Oh, okay. There it is.
All right. So there we go. That's like hello world, right?
Can you do it again? Just to prove the point of how quickly it came through, because I think we sort of.
So we'll do it. We'll do two things. One, we'll show like how fast just creating this is. So there you go.
Sweet.
Done.
Yeah.
So we don't have to zip anything up. And then the scan. I'm just gonna click this. It's probably gonna be so fast you won't even see it. So I will not point it at. I'll point it at my ceiling initially. So here we go. Scan in the QR code. Boom. Done.
Wow. It didn't have to do anything. It's just bam.
So performance. Cool. So let's go ahead and make some changes here. So yeah, that made a change, but it didn't make a change. Let's go in here.
That was interesting.
These things changed. Well, it recognized the change, right? But it didn't apply anything.
It's not on this page that we're looking at.
Yeah. So let me go. What the heck? What did Laravel do? They're always changing stuff over there. All right, layouts, the app layout. I think it's got to be sidebar. Is that right? So let's do like this. Hello? Is there anybody out there? Nope. All right. I know this will work.
Isn't this just the welcome blade. Isn't there like a welcome blade for this?
Hello. Yeah, wait a minute. This should work. All right, hang on.
I think you might be going into the wrong, like, isn't there just a welcome.blade?
Well, oh, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. So hold on. I was in the dashboard, wasn't I?
Yeah.
That's why. Let's get rid of this stuff. Let's just get rid of all of it. Hello? Hey, we got to change.
It
Cool.
works.
You can't see it because let's do this.
Yeah, it's black text
and
on a
let's
black background.
that's probably part of it. And let's also add like the native PHP safe area. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. The other thing is, let me start npm run dev over here, and we can do like class equals text white. Yeah.
Boom.
And
so
to show like
good
font black thicker, that might not have compiled properly. Oh, you know why? We need to get rid of this.
You haven't got your styles
and we need
in there.
at Vite CSS. Boom. All right. Now we're cooking with.
No, we don't want the white text.
Right. Well, no, it should detect like, let's get rid of all this stuff, actually. Let's get rid of that. And get rid of that. All right. So there we go. We got a hello. It is white on white. So let's do like BG red 500. Let's see if that is coming in. We got CSS. There's CSS.
Love me
cool.
some red 500.
Text white. Font black. Yep, cool. That's working.
Text 5XL.
Let's do text. I'll do 4.
Ah, come on.
All right, just for you.
Yeah.
There we go. And we'll do like flex, items, center, justify. Look at me coding by hand. Isn't that cool? H
You're so
screen.
good at it as well.
Is that right? Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
What?
So yeah, all this is cool, but let's take it another step. Let's do a Livewire make test class. I don't know if that's going to, I don't know if we're watching that directory to make sure that that's going into place, but we're gonna find out. So now we can do this Livewire test like this. It has nothing in it right now, but we can go into let's see,
components.
No, oh yeah, it did it in components. So let's say hello. Yeah, cool. All right. So let's do the same thing here. We can say class equals text. Give me a color, man. You're so slow.
I don't know. Violet. It was a delay.
Violet.
I'm not slow.
All right. Well, agree to disagree. What do you think a delay is if it's not being slow?
I mean, between your computer and my computer, not between my ear and my brain.
Let's do this. Flex gap 4. Can you do gap 4 on this? And then we're gonna do let's do a button, and we're gonna say test me, and then we're gonna do this p tag. Whoops, p. Cool. Just have something there. Yep. And then let's put this. Let's make this not flex, but flex call. Yeah, cool. Cool. All right. So that test me is a button. Let's make it look like a button class. BG gray 700 text white rounded LG shadow and PX4 PY2 something like that. Yeah, all right. And we can get rid of this down here. Now this button does nothing right now, but we can say wire click equals test. And we can do a function of test. We can just like DD now. Now, under normal circumstances, I would say don't do that because you'll end up with a, what's protected? Oh, is it like, oh, maybe it's got to be not test, but test me. What?
No, that's weird. What's the actual error? Where is it coming from?
Oh, I'm trying to do it on the thing. Hang on. App view file storage framework views. It's coming from the view. The data. What is protected though? Syntax error unexpected token.
It's not
protected.
Can you see, look at the go? Yeah, stay on the left hand side of that. It's missing the closing brace, which I.
That's it. Right here.
No, you've got a closing brace.
No, I did for the function, but I deleted the one for the component.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yep. Let's do a MT6 or something too. Just give it some extra whatever. All right, now we'll click test me. It should just DD now. Now, normally that would like just freeze everything, but like we can just delete this and it's going to refresh anyway. So we're back to where we were, which is nice. But what we also can do, because it's, and I have just Composer require native PHP mobile. I've done nothing else. I didn't install any plugins. I've done nothing else, but I can do, what's a good one here? Let's do camera. So let's get our camera facade, get photo. We're not going to do anything with it right now, but let's just get a photo. Let's just see if this works.
Call that native function.
Boom. There it is, dude. There it is.
That's so crazy.
Let's do like device. Is it device? Get battery info. And so we can say like info equals that. And I think we have to like JSON encode this. I think it's just a string or decode, JSON decode. And then we can do also like, we can do dialogue alert, and we can say battery info for the first thing. And then we can do like info, battery info, I think is what it is. If not, it'll fail and we'll see what it is. All right, so we save that, we click it. Yep, that's not right. So what is, let's just DD this real quick. It is battery level. Battery level .%. All right. Let's get rid of this DD. And here we go. Oh, it didn't save it over. Hang on. Look at that.
Woo.
Look at that, dude.
That's amazing.
We're at 100%. We're at 100% battery. Which is true. I'm fully charged. So like out of the box, like very quick, very easy. And this is kind of the demo I hope to do with Jess on her side. She's got Android. Speaking of Android, all right, I'm going to end the demo there. I feel like I've pressed my luck with the demo gods enough. What's really cool and a little bit strange is that I did wire it up so that as many devices as you've got that have Jump installed can hit the same QR code and they all get refreshed simultaneously. What's interesting is because we are passing that native stuff back, whichever device, like so battery info, if my Android was at 50% and I scanned it, I can show you this. Hang on.
This is giving me wild ideas. God. Can you just imagine if you had a whole room full of people all connected to the same socket? Oh my goodness.
As long as they've got the Jump app installed. Yeah. All right, so let's do this. And let's go back. Oh, where did it go? We need bezel and we need PHP storm. All right. So I'm gonna say okay here. You can't see my other phone right now. I'm not gonna click that, but I've got my Android phone with the Jump app on it as well. I'm just gonna scan the QR code with that. All right. So I've got it here. Now my Android phone battery level is not 100%. So I'm gonna click test me on my Android phone, and we'll see it pop up on this phone. It is at 100%. It is at 100%. I'm sorry, it was charging. My bad. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. No, it wasn't charging. So it's at 65%. So I've got to format that better, but my Android phone is at 65%. So it's sending the signal through the same thing. Wow, that got strange.
Yeah, there's like a stack of alerts. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know, it's doing 2 of them, but
this is why we need testing. See that?
yeah, this isn't quite polished yet, but it's getting there.
No, yeah. What else could I do with the 2 things? I guess it's just really cool to see. I'm not going to set it up so you can see both of them, but as I make changes, both of them update simultaneously.
Yeah.
Can you see my video still?
Yep.
You can. All right, then we'll just do like a small change. Test me.
You're just gonna have to hold it in front of the camera very closely, because I think it's quite small. Maybe change the hello rather than the test me, because the hello is bigger and a little bit easier to see.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna hit save. You can see it on iOS.
Get the phone closer. Yeah. I mean,
you
it's
can see
gonna
this?
be blurry, but yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, kind of. Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
it did. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So there's the where we're at right now with the new and improved jump
so good
updates.
Good job, dude. Good job.
Here's the other thing.
Oh.
Here's the other thing. Actually, I'm gonna demo this too because it's cool enough to show. Why can't I share my screen anymore?
You are sharing your screen already.
Oh, it says I'm trying to reconnect. Make sure I have a stable internet connection. I'm still sharing my screen because I told it to stop.
No, it's not now, but it was when you were trying to.
Oh, here we go. All right. Screen. Entire screen. Cool. Hide that. Yep. Is this it? Nope. Let me file recent.
Oh,
here we go.
I was going to ask about this. You beat me to it.
Yeah.
Does it work with Super Native?
So I've been working on this, and I think that it does.
You think?
And we're going to find out together.
Come on.
Come on.
Gotta wiggle that cable.
I just re-plugged it. There we go.
Wiggle, wiggle.
I don't know why that's taking so long. Oh, yep. Hang on. Let me update this because I switched my local dev to 8.4. That should be fine. Mobile. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's see. I don't know why it took so long to like figure out everything. I'm going to stop this one. Unless I already did.
No, I think it's still going.
Thanks for hanging with me, guys. Yeah, cool. Stop that. We can stop NPM. Nice thing about native stuff, you don't need NPM running because there is no JavaScript or CSS, right?
I love the sound of that.
All right, what do we got here?
It's like my
I need this has to go to the other one. Hang on a second. So all of the native stuff is in a different branch presently. Actually, I think it needs to go. Yeah, I think this is the right branch. And so that's why it failed here. It's like, we don't know what native is, so stop messing with my brain, dude. And I was like, listen, it's been a long week. You can cut me some slack. I don't even like Slack. I prefer Telegram. And it's like, gotcha. Bet. It used like, brain rot lingo. And that's how I knew the caffeine was kicking in. Hey, there we go. All right. So now we should be able to, I think. If it doesn't work, then that just means I've got more work to do, which I do anyway. But let's do n jump. All right. And let's pull up Bizel. And let's scan this QR code and see what happens. iPhone disconnected. Hang on a second. All right.
Disconnected.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Just
it is like this
moment.
Yeah. There we go. All right. This is native. This is all native. And it's like dark mode or whatever. And I'm going to show, I'll actually show you a couple other things I've added to native too while we're here, but I think it's here. If I just take this off.
So just for the benefit of everybody who's watching and going, what? I'm just going to say, to make it really clear, this is not a web view that you're looking at. This is the application that's running on Shane's computer that is running via the jump command is rendered as a fully native application. So PHP correct. On his machine has rendered the output that we need to transfer over to the phone via the WebSocket. It's picked that up and it's rendered a fully native UI using Swift UI components. This is right.
Yep, on iOS and Swift UI, Jetpack Compose on Android.
So yeah, so we've got a Swift UI app here that's running on PHP on his dev machine, and then we'll call some native PHP functions that can do the phone stuff like you just showed from the web view.
So yeah, and I don't know why. Oh, there it goes. So this. All right, number one, this is a list view with list items inside of it, and I added a couple new functions for this specifically. One is when it gets to the bottom, I have a command that we have a hook to like at navigate to bottom or whatever it is, at reach the bottom of the list, so we can like lazy load stuff. So when it gets to the bottom of this list, it actually makes an AJAX request behind the scenes. It's doing it on the same thread right now, so it does actually lag. It actually stops the UI.
Like freezes, yeah.
It freezes the UI up, and then but it hits like a JSON example, whatever, and pulls in 10 new items. So you'll see as I get to the bottom,
maybe
that it fails. No, it's not scrolling. Yep. So that needs, and I don't think that it's not scrolling because of jump. I think, or because of the app itself. It's not scrolling because of jump. Yeah, there we go. So I don't know why that didn't work actually. The other thing is pull to refresh. So if you see that, I don't know if you can see that spinner at the top.
Very faint, but I can just make it out because I can see the little gray dots going round and round.
So that's not JavaScript or CSS, or HTML. That's a real native, like pull to refresh thing.
Wow.
And this is not, this is getting weird. Let me try scanning this again. Nope. All right, so the demo's over for the native stuff. Yeah. Probably just like restarting this actually.
This is what happens when we're living on the edge.
Yeah, I like it, man. I've made a home here, and
yeah, it's fine.
I like it.
Like this is great.
All right, here we go.
Okay, that's different. That's interesting.
So here's the scroll to bottom thing.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it pop in some more.
There it goes. It's
Mm-hmm.
again, hanging the thing. And now we've also got like full screen modal. Yep, it's died again. I had this issue. This is the last thing I was working on, where it was just like intermittently after so many seconds or so many actions, it would just like stop completely, and I'd have to redo this. So again, work in progress. Only for the native stuff, which is not even released yet. So
yeah, long way to go.
go. All right. So we've got like bottom sheet. Yeah, not working. Oh, there it goes. It was delayed.
Well, this is the thing that I think is going to be the slightly trickier challenge for us in this. Like, remember now, it's having to make all of these calls over the network to your development machine. So that's I mean, I kind of feel like if we could get to the point where it's doing it over a wire, that might be the right approach, because the network can be super flaky depending on your router and your Wi-Fi signal, and
there's all sorts of other things that you could use.
Yeah, something that's like fast enough though is probably just going to be like you plug the cable in. But all of that to say, like, this is amazing, because the fundamental thing is it doesn't matter what the channel is that we use. The important thing is that we can pass this information across whatever that interface actually is. So
yeah, it doubled up. It's so weird. It's in a weird state right now, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I actually, yeah, that's fine. You guys want to play a game with me? I got this game I'm playing. I'm just kidding. We're not going to play a game. All right. That is where things currently are. Lots of work to do. Hoping to. Hey, Vince. Vince likes it. Thanks.
Yeah.
I do want to get. I feel like the WebView stuff is pretty stable and pretty solid. Native, it goes into a different territory, and a lot of that is still being worked on anyway, like just the fundamentals of all that. So there's a bit of work to do there. People ask so many times, like, is version 3.1 super native like a month ago? And we're like, no, it's going to take many months, but I'm hoping like this summer we can get something out. In fact, something is out now. There are branches now. You can go and test this stuff out if you want to play with it. But it's not fully supported yet, because that just adds another whole layer of stuff we have to support. So the more testing we get, the better on that stuff. Speaking of this summer and getting things ready, the other thing I've worked on quite a bit this week, which we've talked about, is getting ready for a couple. It's coming into our busy season. I'm coming into the busiest time of my whole life. I'm going to New York City in a couple weeks.
Oh, why is
for
that?
the Laravel Roadshow. We're just going for the night, but that's the Laravel Roadshow.
That's cool. That's not fair. I want to go.
You live in Europe, dude.
I know, it sucks.
Talk about not fair. I want to go to Europe. Let's just trade.
Swap.
We should do a house swap. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You can Carson up for school, and I'll go sit by the beach.
No. Whole house swap, not like family swap. That doesn't work.
No, what? It comes with. He's got school, dude.
He comes with his room.
Yeah. That's a great idea. We should do that sometime. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be good.
So I'm going to New York in 2 weeks, and then I'm going to a PHP Upstate meetup, my local South Carolina meetup. Jason Beggs and Matt Stauffer is going to be there. A few other cool dudes that go all the time. Jace, I believe, is going to be there. So that's going to be cool. So that's nice. In 2 weeks after New York, and then that is on a Thursday. The Tuesday after that, I'm flying to Chicago for PHP Tech. That is a 50-minute talk I've got on day 2 at 10 a.m. in the ballroom. If anyone's interested in going, I'm excited about that. My very first conference talk was last year at that. and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to talk at anything, but I had Claude put my slides together, and I spent probably like 30 minutes just creating a like 600 word prompt of what I wanted and pointed it at different directories and packages and like getting the architecture. And then it ran for like 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And came back with a really nice slideshow presentation that I think I could use for many talks. There's a few other ones that are coming up as well that I think I could use this one for. And I could shave off bits to skinny it down a little bit, but I'm really excited about the talk. I've gone over it 4 or 5 times. I've got some work to do on it still, but it looks good. It will it hits all the points that I want to make, and I feel really comfortable about it. So I'm excited about that. We leave right from there and go to going right from Chicago to Tokyo. So that's, I get there Tuesday. I leave Thursday for Tokyo, which is going to be awesome. We'll do a little traveling while we're over there, and then we get back from that. And I can't announce anything at all, but I did an interview yesterday for another talk.
An interview? That's different. I have not been interviewed for a talk before.
I was interviewed for a talk just to see if it was if what I was wanting to do is the right fit for that venue. And cool. So we'll find out in a couple of weeks if I've got that. If I do, then it's basically within a week of getting back from Asia, I am going back to Europe for a few days. So that'll be fun. We get back from that, then you're coming here. I'm going to make that happen like 2 weeks later or something. And then we're going to Boston. We've got the vibes. We've got Laracon. We've got the whole kit and caboodle.
Mental.
We might go to Texas after that to go visit one of our partners. It's Bonza. Ripper. Then we've got Denmark is just 3 weeks after that. And then, yeah, dude, the vibes. If anyone's watching this that hasn't bought a ticket to the vibes, even if you can't go, please go buy a ticket for the vibes. we need ticket sales on the vibes, please. That's going to be fun. And then it's Denmark, and then it's maybe Greece in there. We might go to Greece.
I want to go to Greece again. It's been too long. I went to Greece.
Been.
I got engaged in Greece.
Oh, does Noelle know about
good
that?
Story. Yeah. She does. I told her. But...
Good. Transparency is the key to any relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
So
in fact, then, she was there when it happened, so you know she's fully aware.
Not the jealous type, then that's good. That's good.
No, she
secure.
Was very supportive.
That's good.
Yeah,
she allowed it too. She said yes as well.
Yeah, I allow this. Yeah, you're going to be doing more traveling than I am.
I've already done quite a bit too. Yeah,
I will go to Denmark, but obviously not for speaking. To watch you speak more than anything else.
Support at the bar afterwards.
Propping the bar up.
That's gonna be fun. Denmark. That crowd is cool. The guys that I know, at least Rasmus and Casper, and they're fun guys.
The Geocodio folks. It's a good. Yeah, it's a really good Laravel Live. The venue's really cool as well, and they have this like food court. We've probably talked about this before, but they have the food court at the back, and you get a coupon or a card to basically go and get whatever food you want from any of the different stalls. And there's got to be like 30 different things there, and different types of food. It's brilliant, so good.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time of year too. It starts to cool down a little bit, right?
Yeah. So Copenhagen never gets like super hot, but yeah, it's August, right? That time of year is like properly good. You probably stand a good chance of like normal good weather for the summer, and it not being too windy. But Copenhagen's kind of windy. It can be It can be cold
Mm.
even in the summer with the wind in the evening, so bring a coat. But
we have to talk about this. We might go hang out in Amsterdam for a day after that too, if you remember.
I don't remember.
So
Who said
well,
that?
and this is not a I asked you if you wanted to go do it, and you're like, yeah, but you were drunk, I'm sure.
I was like
So
3 pitches in or something.
yeah. No, JetBrains is over there. I wanted to go tour
Yeah.
the headquarters when I was in Amsterdam,
That'd
but
be cool.
just the timing didn't work out with the flights and all that. So
Mm.
we could coordinate that ahead of time and talk to the powers that be and see if we can squeeze in.
Yeah,
It'd be
that'd
nice.
be good. Yep.
Get some good stroopwafel. Not this crap
Yeah.
they sell in the stores, I didn't get the good
Yeah,
stuff.
go get a legit. And cheese, like you got to go and have loads of cheese. That's the main event.
I don't need loads of cheese. I'll have some, but I don't need.
I mean, you do. You do. You can't have
the plumbing
too
in
much
Europe
cheese.
is not good enough. For
Not ready. I can just imagine them there.
That's a different kind of visa.
Someone looking at the security cameras and the like giant tubes, like,
oh, we got another bloody American over here. These bastards.
I was going to say, no, we've got a few minutes and I didn't want to, we shouldn't go too much over, but there was one thing that I really wanted to cover today that I alluded to earlier, but we haven't really touched on. This week is the first ever of our community paid plugins were launched this week.
Dude.
We actually ended up launching 4 of them. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's some really cool plugins coming through. I mean, there was a bunch of free ones as well that I approved, and they're live. Like, we're promoting them on the marketplace, but obviously you can go and get them from Packagist and whatever. The paid ones, though, I want to highlight just for a minute. I'm going to turn this. I would try and turn this into a bit more of a segment in the future, because I think as we get more and more plugins, it would be cool to highlight them.
Yep.
But Essa has made a ton of plugins. I remember he started making them as soon as we announced back in, well, probably even before we announced back in February, but that plugins were going to become a thing. And he's been sitting on them for ages, and he's been like messaging me, like, when are they going to get these out there? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still working furiously on making this thing right and work great and everything. So now it's all there, and I released them. And he's done this, like, one is a contacts plugin, so you can access the contacts, what do you call that, directory, phone book on your phone on Android and iOS, which is cool. Yeah, all from your app, so you can tap to request permissions, and then when you've got that, you can programmatically read contacts, and you can add contacts and all of that kind of thing. Same thing for calendar, so he did a whole one for calendar as well, and that's really cool. Again, both
you can create calendar entries, and you can read from the calendar, so it's an update, probably things that are on the
calendar. I mean, the same thing, like you can create contacts from the calendar one.
Oh, that made no sense.
That's exactly.
I like it. No. He's French, so it does make sense, actually.
But it does all these things like recurring schedules and all of the stuff around calendars that you typically want to be able to do. I mean, I think there's some limitations, but iOS doesn't let you do everything on somebody's calendar, but there's lots of things that you can do. So if your app is like,
I want to say,
trying to integrate with stuff like that's very good.
I want to say, because I think the right person to hear this is here, Talit Hecoder. I think it'd be really cool if somebody made some sort of Siri integration, so I could say, hey, I'm not going to say it because my phone will wake up. Hey,
Josh,
do whatever with my app that I program you to do. You know what I mean? I think that'd be cool to look into that and see if you can integrate with Siri.
Talit. This is the place, the way that things are going, right? That the app stores, the app store ecosystems and the platforms are going to start exposing more and more of the onboard AI stuff to the apps. It makes sense that that's the way that that's going to go. And this is going to be another reason why you need apps, because you're not going to be able to tap into that from PWAs and stuff. Trust me, it's just not going to happen. So you're going to
the
have
same
to,
way. Yeah.
No. So you're going to have to go through the process of getting your apps reviewed and published to the stores, which is why Google are changing their whole process and making it slightly more difficult. So, that all makes sense, but we're making it as easy as possible. And I like when it's there and you're tapping into all of that stuff from PHP and making it's just super accessible. It's going to be amazing.
Tilly, by the way, I watch her. We talk to each other. I see her tweets. From my perspective, her tweets generally are in the 5 to 20-ish range, and she did one yesterday. I think it was yesterday, the day before.
What do you mean by
about
5 to 20-ish range?
I'm sorry, likes. She normally is around the 5 to 20-ish likes. If that's accurate, if it could be an understatement. I don't see everything, but that from my perception, that's generally what I see. 5 to 20-ish likes. She did one. I don't know what it's at yet now, but as of yesterday, it was at 80 or 90 likes, and it was about. She's like, widgets coming soon to NativePHP paid plugins. That
is cool.
That's something that I wanted to work on.
Excited about that.
Well, it's a cool thing, but I think that I thought that it needed some updates to NativePHP, and then a subsequent conversation with Claude, I don't know if it does, but I gave her a whole markdown of like the spec of that. The reason why that I thought that was because widgets read, they're not going to boot PHP to read data. You need some updating data. So imagine, just think, for example, a weather widget, right? That data needs to be refreshed like hourly at least, right? And so it's got to have some mechanisms in it to go off to some API, pull in data, and you're kind of not going to be using PHP. You're not going to be using PHP for a lot of that stuff. The widget is going to have its own life cycle. It's got to read from a database. So I think it could read from the same database. So you might be able to leverage the background task plugin to fetch that data and update the database, and then maybe send a signal. Like, you have to think about things a little bit differently. It's not just like, oh, cool, widgets. There's a lot to think about with a lot of these. How do you style the widgets? How do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff in there that, yeah. So I think that's going to be really, really powerful. I think it's a really cool indicator for us to see, number one, how many people, she posted and people are paying attention to that, but also like on our side too, people are like paying attention to other creators doing native PHP stuff, which is cool. She's got a PR ready soon. Look at that.
There's another plugin that I want to highlight that was launched that is not one that Esther had built. And actually, it was one that somebody who's here built. Oh, look, and he's just messaged at the right moment. Wilson created an NFC package, which is very cool. Like a proper NFC package that you can read and write from
JSON,
token,
not just deep links,
all the things. And he put what he shared with me originally was like a demo app that's got all of the UI for all of the different things that you can do, and it was so cool. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait to get this plugin out. And that was like a month ago, and launched it on Wednesday, I think it was. So that's really cool, because if you've been wanting to build NFC stuff, that's like literally now the easiest way to have your app interact with NFC cross-platform, and it's a very, very good plugin. So you should go and check that one out as well. Thanks, Wilson. Good job.
Good job. I will answer Vince. I think that's right. I've been really like hopping around a lot. It should be the element branch, not the element refactor Swift UI compose branch. However, I think that I have to merge that one into it. So that might be the latest one right now, but generally the element branch. And there is a super native repo. So super native PHP /super-native, which is a Laravel application for super native stuff. And that's got whatever is referenced in that composer JSON is going to be like it's not going to be the bleeding edge, but it's going to be the bleeding edge that I feel comfortable with everybody really like implementing, and it should work with that app. So that's that. Yep.
Cool.
What else, man?
Well, just like keep the plugins coming, like free ones, paid ones. I've got a few still in the queue that I need to work through. There's another cool one that I need to remember what it is. It's good to say it's cool and then not remember what it is, right?
So cool.
Let me see.
While you're looking, I will say I thought of this yesterday. It has been 6 months since we came up with a concept of plugins and allowing third-party plugins, and we're finally getting them out. There's a lot of stuff that's gone into all of this and things that distracted us away from getting to it, and so it is cool to see that come to fruition, and people buying plugins that other people have made for the community. That's cool.
It's a pro vibration plugin. So you know where we've got the one vibrate function that just does exactly. Get out of my ear. That this is like fully customizable patterns and everything, which is also very cool. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet, which is why it's not published, but I'm gonna do that over the next few days. So look out for that one next week if you're into vibration stuff.
Interesting comments here. The other thing we announced this week, Shruti.
Saving the best till last.
Yep. Hey, Shruti. Shruti is going to be leading the efforts on the NativePHP Masterclass course. So I think we had a comment just 20 minutes ago about doing like a video course, and it is underway. We did choose a specific stack. We weighed this out. We all talked about it. We are going with a Vue Inertia 3 stack to build this out because we feel like it's got the most hoops to jump through. And if you can figure that out, everything else is going to be pretty, just like a Livewire app is going to be much simpler than this. So we wanted to tackle the hard things. It's going to be as comprehensive as one could ever dream it could be. That's the goal. That's the plan. That's where we're going. She's such a great educator. She came to us with a video that she had already made and was like, I was just like baffled. Like, I can't believe you've done this. So, very excited about this. We are selling. Pre-sales are at 101. We are going to bump that up to 150. We talked about this. So we're doing early bird, but we're changing that to earliest bird. So the earliest birds get it at $101. And then the early birds get it at 150. And then the official plan, I think we're going to settle on $299 for the once it's fully released. It's going to be $300. It's one-time payment for life. We're not going to go around with anything else. You do get a discount. Is that true with Ultra? Did we wire that up yet? Or we will when it goes?
Yeah, it will come when it goes up. Yeah.
So it'll probably go back to the 101
right now.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
I think that makes sense. Like a good, nice chunk off for anybody who signs up for Ultra or is already signed up to it and hasn't yet bought the course. It's going to be so good. Like, I think we should get Shruti on here at some point when we're getting close to rolling out some content, because I know she's working really hard on it and she should get to promote it a little bit on here.
She found something this morning, my morning, and I was able to go in and tweak it, and it's going to be a PR that hopefully we get released pretty soon, but for iOS physical devices, at least HMR for Vite apps. So Vue, Inertia, whatever, at least the Vite side of things. Livewire is not hot reloading on a physical device, but because we can use the network, I'm still playing around with that to see if we can get both. But it'd be really cool to get that going as well. It's something we've been needing. Android already supports it, I believe. So cool stuff. It's cool stuff.
It should be working on iOS. It's weird that it's not, because I definitely had it working at one point. But
Yeah, I thought so too. But anyway, it's a lot of variables. Like it sounds like a very irresponsible thing to say that, but it's so many things. There's so many things. Debug mode, physical device. Is it already built? Is it not already built? Is it on Mac? Is it on Windows? We can't do Windows for iOS. You could over the network. So like the Jump app and all that, like it's just a lot of things. And then Inertia 3 came out and like changed a bunch of stuff on top of it all. And then the fact that we use the PHP schema, you know, Pascal Bajet, he is going. We're gonna see him before Denmark, but I got beef with him now. Beef with him.
He's so nice.
I know he's super cool.
And
but
if you ask him nicely, he'll help us out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know. But no, I like it's the American front, the American facade of.
What is this about? Orange raised eyebrow, blue smiling face, green smiling. Got something you all might like. Come on, Kyle Bruce Downing.
No, I deliberately ignored that because of the comment he made before. I think he's a bad actor. I could be wrong. No. Well, scroll up a bit.
The weather widget. That one.
Keep reading. Yep.
Okay. Sorry,
there you go.
I'm missing some of the conversation. All right. So ignore that. We'll cut that segment.
We won't, but whatever. Kyle, if you've got questions, feel free to just email us, support@nativephp.com is fine. Or go get the Ultra subscription, and we prioritize support tickets from Ultra users through the dashboard. So you can do that. Pascal Bajet, Inertia 3, broke some stuff, but we'll work around it. We'll figure it out. We're getting there. You know, we're always like we're always working on a million things. So like the beta for Inertia 3 had been out for a while. And if we had time, or more resources, people to help us, we could have been testing against that to see potential issues and been more proactive. And that's a place I would like to get to eventually with this. Same with like Livewire 4 stuff too. Similar things. But yeah, good week, man. Next week, again, going to be a different time. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern instead of 9 a.m. Eastern. We're going to have Jess Archer on and go over the Jump. We'll have her playing with the Jump app and building some native stuff. And it's going to be a hoot and a holler. It's going to be a hoot and a holler.
It's going to be Bonza.
Ripper. I like that one. Ripper. You know those guys on YouTube that drop stuff from the really high tower that are from Australia? You ever see those guys?
No.
Really? They just really drop bowling balls YouTube. From like 1,000 feet.
Just because. Just to watch it.
Well, they drop it into a pool, onto a car, or onto a bowling ball, like all sorts of stuff. It's fun, but they're Australian. That's something that they probably have said and would say. Ripper! You know? It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
The Ultra, Kyle, I will answer your question. Ultra is a subscription that gives you, it unlocks a lot of lower pricing and gives you a bunch of features that you don't get without it. How Ridiculous. That's the name of the channel. That's right, Vince. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Shout out. How Ridiculous. Yep.
Yeah. There's a whole page on the website about Ultra. You can find out all the information. And if you are not able to answer all of your questions from that, you can come and message me on Discord and I'll happily tell you more about it.
Is it nativephp.com/ultra?
That is exactly what it is. And you got it right first time. Good job. Also linked from the main menu on the top of the website. So can't miss it.
Okay. I think that does it,
wrap it up
for the week. Let's wrap it.
Yeah. Let's Ripper.
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 For real, Kyle.
I'm gonna do this.
This Kyle guy's a little ridiculous. It's kind of funny.
How ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
The Android store changes. No, I didn't want to mention that.
No.
Thank you for bringing it up. It's not anything too crazy. The Android, and we'll end on this note for whatever reason, Vince.
Yep.
The Android stores are requiring a bit more strict policies on apps and companies that are producing apps. So they're in I think it's around the world. It's going to be global. They're rolling it out to certain countries first, but your app will be, I don't remember the dates.
Sometime next year for most countries, isn't it?
Or late this year, but you're gonna have to like provide government ID, a DUNS number, all that kind of stuff to put out any apps in the App Store, in the Google Play Store. Which they're like, one of the best things about us is it's open and it's open and it's open, and now we're closing it. So there you go. So
they clearly are realizing that, especially now with AI making it so easy for people to build apps and submit them to the stores.
And NativePHP. And Bifrost.
It's because of NativePHP.
I know.
That the hoops that they've set up for people to jump through are now just too easy to jump through because AI is doing it. So they need some more hoops. Yeah. It's kind of sad in a way, but at the same time, I think it's the right thing to do because they need to not have just like agents submitting apps to stores at the moment. I think it's going to take a little bit of time to settle into good quality, high volume and good quality. So we're not there yet.
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
That's the note we're ending on. Have a great week, guys.
we can end on a high note.
I thought that was.
Oh. No,
all right.
It wasn't.
We'll end it right there, everybody. Have a great week.
That wasn't that high. I bet you could do higher. But don't try it now. Practice. And we'll do it next week. That's why I said don't do it now.
Okay.
Oh gosh,
sorry.
It's getting worse.
Let me get the guitar out.
Right. Thanks, everybody. See you.
Thanks. Have a great weekend.
See you next week. I'll see you the week after.
I won't see you next week, but I will be. You can see me next week.
Yeah. Have fun with Jess. Say hello from me.
Yeah. No.
Cool. Okay. Bonza.
Rip.